was not planned. That was not scripted. It just went totally right. That's great. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. You're too kind.
Perfectly done. Well, welcome to Tracklandia. This is episode 5.
Yeah, we know there's a lot of good smoke out there, but thank you for coming indoors to relieve yourselves for a little bit. We've taken a little hiatus, and while the athletes are in Europe, we've been twiddling our thumbs a little bit. So it's good to be back. But Andy and I have spent a lot of time at the retirement home while they were away, just playing dominoes.
Got past time somehow.
There you go. Yeah, that Ethel, she's a shark though. I think she pockets them under the table. She's got this big bag of pieces, and she just throws them out there. That's what I think, at least. I don't know. But
all right, well, with that, we'll just segue right on into it. We got RJ McNichols in the house. We got David Ribich with us. So stay tuned, because this is Tracklandia. Let's go.
that's great.
Oh, baby, we can even make you an overnight celebrity. Know what I'm saying? Why don't we play something these pros are like? Drive whips, I know they like. Twister, you told her right. Make you a celebrity, yo.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a pun.
We sorta like Goldie, right? The way we mold them, right? Make you a celebrity, yo.
On the hill, and in the background we had Beyonce and Jay-Z performing live across the street.
Gonna show you why. Take you places I know you like. Gonna make you a celebrity, yo.
No, you put on a race recently, right, in California, in Lodi, California?
I did, yeah. The Lodi Mile happened. It was a great time, big success. The high school races were fun. We had a beer garden out there, so
Now,
that's always...
and I heard rumor that you guys had music tailored for per athlete. Is that right?
Yeah, and that was really fun because, Trip Hurt and Stephanie Brown won the thing.
Oh, right.
So shout out to them.
Right.
Yeah, but so we did this thing where before the runners ran, this was nice before where we decided it, we associated a different song to each runner in the race, because when you're running, like we have a 2-loop road mile out in the city, and when they're running around the backside, I mean, the giant crowd can't see them back there. So we have a guy in the truck.
I could feel the giant in that giant crowd.
Oh, yeah, it was, the huge, humongous giant crowd. Yeah, like inauguration style crowd. They can't hear them going around the backside.
How many years have you been doing this?
Oh, this show or this race? I've been doing this show for God knows how long now, Andy.
All right. Yeah, they can't hear him. Okay.
They can't hear him going around the backside. So we've got a guy in the truck on the phone with the DJ, and he's going to play their song when moves are being made on the backside, so the audience knows what's happening. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to what song we pick for these people. But I call it musical hair ears, actually. And nice. So we had what do we have here? Oh, when you have Kim Conley leading here, we played "Who Run the World" by Beyonce. And then when you have Stephanie Brown leading here, we had "Killer Queen" by Queen.
Nice.
And when Brandon Kidder was leading, you had "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley.
So you Rick rolled your entire audience.
He did, yeah. The guy's a kidder. The guy's a kidder.
Oh, God. Classic.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, yeah, no, great.
Yeah, so it was a great time. And hopefully for whoever wants to do that in the future, just like say Jeff Merrill came up with that. And yeah, and I'll sign your can too. So anybody, just remember that.
Pitching that one hard.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Portland's beautiful city, but we've had quite a bit of smoke lately.
We got a lot of smoke.
It's been smoky here.
Lots of smoke, which can only mean one thing.
Right.
It means that Ryan Hill is out in his driveway working on the Pontiac Firebird there again.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that thing running.
Yeah, just revving it. Have you ever taken a ride in this baby?
No.
Yeah, neither have I. He wouldn't. I think he's the only one that actually gets in there.
I am surprised he gets around the block.
I don't know if he does. It's smoking.
Yep.
But this city needs rain, Andy.
Yeah.
God, it does.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
it'll come.
The more it doesn't rain, the more this city just starts smelling like urine.
Oh, wow.
And
a lot of truth there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of honesty.
And I'm as guilty as the next guy when it comes to relieving myself in the middle of runs.
All right. Wow.
But I think until our automatic washing system returns, we all need to refrain from that. And I know I'm looking at all of you, But I'm talking to you, Andy. Let's
You
make a
know,
pact.
you say this like it's a common thing. No, but with the exception of the 3 homeless guys we paid to sit in our audience, I don't think anyone in here does this.
Yeah, well,
Maybe riding that train alone, buddy.
I can smell it, and I think until the rain returns, we all need to make a pact to say that we won't relieve ourselves on the sidewalk, because without rain, we're no better than Tucson. Sorry, Arizona.
Ooh, some Arizona fans are not going to be happy with that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
All right, but yeah, moving on.
Moving
What do we
on,
have
right?
here?
No, but let's talk about some babes, some Bowerman babes.
I love talking about the Bowerman
Right,
babes.
the Bowerman
you know
babes
that.
are real hot right now.
Yeah.
And I mean that like on the track, not
Yeah, you got it. Let's
Okay,
keep
yeah,
going.
let's-
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we got.
We all understand what I mean.
Yeah. Courtney Frericks just ran an American record, not just, so it happened a while ago in Monaco, 9 flat, .85. And now she's got this rivalry going with Emma Coburn that's just fired up. And we're all, I know the whole staff here is looking forward to the finale in Brussels when they meet head to head again. I assume they will. But yeah.
The former and the current American record holder should be quite the showdown.
Yeah.
Also, we had Shelby Houlihan, who's been tearing up the track all summer, killing it. She ran 3:57.3 in the 1500. How do you say it? Lausanne? Lausanne?
You know this. You've been to Europe a bunch of times. I don't know this.
Does it mean you like just understand European words when you just be there?
I think it's like Lausanne.
You step into like Belgium and you're just like, oh, blahaz.
Maybe I know there are 2 N's in that word, but I don't think you pronounce either of them.
It's not Lausanne.
No.
Okay, well, it's been butchered, but I think we all understand what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But of course. She also ran 14:34 in Houston, which was smoking fast.
New American record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Well, so she was on the City of Smack podcast, which guys do a bang-up job over there. I
Right.
listen to all of them.
Right.
And she said that she's never going to change her Instagram handle, which is Shelbo800, because like you said, she's got to remember her roots. Yeah, so we've compiled a list of Instagram handles to celebrities and people of the like who have never changed and stuck to their roots.
Okay, that's
so. Yeah, like we've got at LeBron Cavs for life. Yeah,
They'll never change that, right?
never change that. What's this next one? Oh, we got at Curly Blonde JT. As you can see, he forgot his roots there, though. And then we've got, Hillary Clinton at gmail.com. She was just remembering her roots, guys. Take it easy. And then we've got Kim Kardashian.
Whoa, no, this is a family show.
Oh, it's not that kind of show, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, what do we have here?
Moving on.
Yeah. Oh, we got our good friend Jakob Ingebrigtsen, 1500 and 5K champ at European Championships. So a local dealer in Norway gifted him this Mercedes-Benz after the feat.
Right, and the message we try to want him to hear is
Give it
it
back.
back.
Give it back, please. And
And
here's why. This is what's been keeping me up at night, Andy. Just like as we approach the autumn, this young man will never know the miracle of college football. And
Take a minute to process that.
if he takes that Mercedes, he's never going to come to an American institution and get to smell that crisp fall air, the rustling of the leaves, the roaring of the crowds as that ball is being kicked in the opening kickoff. He's not going to get that. Andy, what would you rather have, a Mercedes-Benz at 17 or the undying love and devotion of the Duckies?
Oh. This is an answer from my 17-year-old self?
I don't know. Like, what age are you after coming back from camp?
Oh. Yeah, that kid's going to take a Mercedes almost every time.
All right, whatever.
Every
Right.
one of those kids would take a Mercedes.
Well, good for him.
Once they get their permit.
Well, they don't know. They might
Fair.
regret it. Yeah, but we're going to keep it moving.
That's
Yeah. Let's see. Mondo Duplantis. Here's another guy that I worry about who is going to miss out on America's beautiful game.
wait, no, he's on the LSU roster.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, good team. Storied program, the Bayou Bengals. Yeah, they're ranked in the top 25 going into this year, I think. He's going to have a great time.
So you're a fan now.
Oh, yeah. Good for him. Yeah, he'll be making this face a lot in what do they call it? Death Valley down there, right?
There you go.
Especially when the Crimson Tide come to town.
Aside from his choice of school, let's go. Mondo won the pole vault at the European Championships because he competed for Sweden. But since he's also an American citizen, they might give him the American record as well. How many countries can you really belong to?
Well, I looked this up. And
You did?
yeah. You can belong to as many countries as you can manage, unless that country doesn't allow dual citizenship.
So he could be a multiple national record. How do you even say that? Multiple national record holders in multiple nations.
Mondo can just keep marching his way across Europe, planting poles in every country and taking those records until a worthy adversary arises that can vanquish him.
Just a regular conqueror.
Yeah, that was a Napoleon reference, all right. Not the other guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess there are records for everything though. Like you can have your national record, you can have your continental record, like you can have the European record too. You can have your world record. Like you probably have the mile record for Vermont, I think, and maybe like all of New England. Is that right? Is that right?
It's a bit of a sensitive subject. I don't.
Well, who might that be? Is that
Russell Brown. That would be
oh
Russell Brown.
yeah, he's got you got him on the 15. Hey, 1500, you've got it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, you got the record.
He's got me beat by about 0.3 seconds.
A few
the mile,
oh.
which is about a pimple's worth, you know.
That's a big pimple, man. On your, yeah.
Third of a second, yeah.
Well, that's not. But yeah, I hold the Merrill family mile record.
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that. But
I don't know why I would know that.
yeah. Yeah, Grandma Merrill ran a couple ticks faster, but
Oh.
everybody knows that she was all kinds of doped up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Roaring 20s indeed.
Yeah, that B sample really did her in when it came back, and so now I have it. But yeah.
Way to take that one back.
Yeah, I got it. But now, not everybody has their own family record, and I'm looking at you, Ingebrigtsens. There's only one of you that has it.
Family that trains together breaks records together?
Yeah, they'll keep doing it. I actually think Philip has the family 15 record.
They're all a second apart.
Yeah.
330, 31, and the 15. Like that's
Something like that. Yeah,
Good
but
family
this is a
genes.
funny video if you guys find it on Runner Space or something like that. They're all running together. It's in motion, which we don't have right now. But I think that about does it for the news.
That wraps the news up.
Yeah, but we're about to have a guy on who made a documentary about your good friend Nick Simmons, and
okay.
just wanted to call attention to this photo that occurred 10 years ago.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
No, this one is this one.
Oh.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago, 2008.
You couldn't have picked a more flattering photo.
Well, your smile's come a long way since then.
Yeah.
You must have gotten some kind of like publicity person to work for
It's
you.
the last time you set up the PowerPoint, Jeff.
Well, just nice that you're showing your teeth now.
Yeah,
That's
right. The pearly whites.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we got
Oh,
RJ McNichOls coming up in a second. That's the news.
Yeah.
Stick around.
is
RJ's
news.
coming up.
Our first guest is a talented filmmaker originally from the Chicago area, but now residing in sunny Southern California, as the best filmmakers do. His latest project is a documentary on Nick Simmons' final year on the track called Year of the Bison. Please welcome RJ McNichOls. All right. Yeah, buddy. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you brought the base camp to the table.
Oh yeah, you got it.
All right. Sweet. Well, let's see. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Have you
Thank you
been?
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have you here.
Stoked to be here, pumped to talk.
Yeah, let's do it. So we had to vet you a little bit before bringing you on here. And we talked to Chris Derrick, who,
CD,
yeah,
the homie.
yeah, you guys went to high school together, right?
Yeah, he and I were co-captains my senior year, his junior year.
Really?
For cross country, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that guy doing now?
I mean, he's running fast.
Yeah.
Guns a-blazing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's running New York coming up soon, I heard. Yeah, we're all excited for that. But, yeah, we'll get to Year of the Bison, but first, what is it that you do?
So I'm a sports producer, shooter, editor. That's pretty much what I do for a living. Occasionally I'll shoot some random stuff that, pays the bills here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's very sports-centric.
Sports-centric.
Producing videos, editing videos, shooting videos, all related to sports.
So like all kinds of sports across the spectrum?
A lot of it I've done within running and track and field. Like I freelanced for FloTrack for between 2011 to 2017 pretty heavily. I do some stuff for Sidious Mag. I've done quite a bit within snowboarding too, working with a lot of other different brands and publications. And sometimes will be random, like cycling, soccer, skateboarding.
So those snowboarding guys, they like to watch it and smoke up a little bit while they do, right?
To be blunt about it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a pun. All right. Well, what are some of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
I think my favorite by far was this snowboarding film that I did called Shorts and Shades of Retrospective. For anybody that is interested about it, if you enjoy snowboarding, Nitro Circus, or any of the Jackass movies, like this is made specially for you.
So are they all like that, snowboarders and stuff?
Not all like that. Everyone's always kind of like, everyone's got a certain different personality.
Yeah.
It's not like you get two kinds of snowboarders. There's like at least 6 different kinds of snowboarders. One that's very clean cut, the other one that likes to hang a little loose. Like you were saying, hanging loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Shorts and Shades of Retrospective is about these 3 guys named Max Warmington, Gus Warmington, and Logibi. Max and Gus ride for GNU and a few other different snowboarding brands, but ever since they were like right around the age of 13, they started making these end of the year edits where they would snowboard around Mount Bachelor in their shorts and shades. For those that don't know, Mount Bachelor is in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, right around here.
And these like end of the year edits would blow up on the internet within the snowboarding world. And you got guys like Ben Ferguson, who took 4th place at the Olympic halfpipe this year. Sage Kotzenberg has been a part of a few Shorts and Shades, and he medaled back in 2014 in slopestyle. So it's attracted like a lot of the snowboarding world to be a part of those edits towards the end of the year. And I did like a whole retrospective looking back on it, and then followed them through the 10th year of filming it.
That's wild, man. Like, to be involved in those types of cultures and just kind of like be a fly on the wall in all those different situations and what you do is just pretty, I feel like that's what a lot of people want to do now, and it's really exciting for you to be in that position. It's exciting for me that you're in that position.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like I've done some projects for FloTrack that I'm proud of, like following the Georgetown women's cross country team for the inside Georgetown piece for episodes 2 and 3. And then I shot like the Penn Relays highlights, which were pretty incredible.
Oh, I love it there.
For like 2015, 2016. I've shot over 30 Workout Wednesday episodes during my time with FloTrack, including Andrew Reading at one point. So.
All right. Well, you're good. You pass, I guess.
I pass.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you know a lot about filmmaking and stuff, and I don't know anything. Like Andy has me screwing the light bulbs for the lights and stuff, and that's, at least I know I'm good at that, I guess. But like we live in a world of content, and there's a lot of content out there. I mean, tens and tens of people will watch this, and we're not even up for an Emmy. But yeah, how do you set yourself apart from the other filmmakers that are out there? What's your brand and style?
Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed is the most genuine movies that I've seen have, like, the filmmaker has a background in the subject matter. Like, I look at Ron Shelton, who produced probably my favorite sports movie called Bull Durham. And Bull Durham, it stars Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, and it's about basically this minor league baseball player that's like very, very old, kind of on the outs, but he's showing up the young rookie, basically kind of coaching him to get to the majors. But Ron Shelton had a very background heavy in terms of baseball. Like he played in the minor leagues. He didn't make it to the majors, essentially. but he used his background knowledge to make a great baseball film. And, you know, seeing films like that, you know, Richard Linklater was a baseball player, and he's always incorporated some sort of baseball trivia fact within all of his films, whether it's Dazed and Confused, Everybody Wants Some.
Did Kevin Costner play baseball? Because it feels like...
I did some heavy background.
Yeah.
It turns out he took a baseball class at
Oh, come on.
I think he went to Cal State Fullerton or something like that.
Oh, that's a
But,
big
like,
baseball school.
That's a big baseball school, and the head coach there taught the baseball class.
Oh, yeah.
And like he just kind of like fell in love with baseball right then and there.
All right, well, that works.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, let's get to Year of the Bison.
Yeah.
Great documentary.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I watched it recently, and then I watched it again.
The double view.
Yeah, yeah, the double view. It really drives home why Nick Symmonds was so important to the sport of track. On the track with his amazing successes, but off the track in a number of ways, just with athletes' rights and with definitely his entrepreneurial endeavors, and then with his stunts, like asking Paris Hilton out on a date and things like that.
Right.
But when you were doing this, what of those stuck out to you the most, I guess?
I mean, I think his athletic performances certainly, but like, I think it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was his publicist that said he's the Brad Pitt of track and field. But really, he's like more like the Ric Flair, Tom Cruise of track and field by the way he carried himself and the way he was like a showman on and off the track. But I think like it comes down to the first time I saw Nick Symmonds race, which was the 2008 Olympic trials, and seeing that on like TV at like my college teammates and I, we ran like a workout right before watching it, and I ran for Division III, which is I ran for North Central College, which is a pretty big D3
Naperville.
school. Yeah, Naperville.
Yeah.
And Nick Symmonds comes from D3, and all my college teammates that were a lot older than me were like, yeah, that's Nick Symmonds. He ran D3, graduated 2006. Like, that's our boy. And I was like, you know, seeing him just like cruise through the finish line first and qualify for that Olympic team, it was like, it felt like the hometown hero like won the thing, because like D3 guys aren't supposed to do that. You know, we're supposed to run. We're supposed to run fast, but like not Olympic making team fast.
Yeah, and you point that out in the documentary too, especially when it comes to his form. He's not the elegant looking gazelle runner that we've seen. He's where he got his name, the Bison, right?
Yeah,
he's just
which
rumbling.
was coined by Tim Layden of Sports Illustrated.
All right.
Which is kind of how I got the idea to do a documentary on his final season.
Okay. Yeah. How did that start?
So at the beginning of every year, I drum up a list of ideas of documentary ideas that I want to pursue. Whether it's like I can pitch it to some company that will, back it, or it's like, okay, I can make it for pretty cheap and do it myself, try to distribute it and make it my own and not have any rules that companies give me. And right at the beginning of January 2017, Nick announced his retirement. And Tim Layden wrote this article because that's right around when Ashton Eaton retired.
Yeah.
And Ashton Eaton's retirement was effective immediately. He wasn't going to go through another track season. And Nick, when he announced his retirement, he was still going to go through with the 2017 season as declaring as his last season. And I thought about how many athletes retire and then go through with another season as their their final goodbye tour.
In true showman style.
And I couldn't name no more than 5 even. If you were asking me off the top of my head, I don't think I could think of many.
Well, yeah. Well, like off the top of your head, who are some of those guys?
Putting me on the spot.
Well, sorry, maybe just one.
I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe, yeah.
Because he had his
That's good company.
Goodbye tour.
Heard of that guy.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This sounds kind of interesting. Like, the last season might not be his best season, but I think it might be pretty interesting to people to watch, like, what's it like for an athlete to go through a final season.
Yeah.
And, so many times you pull up a Wikipedia page of an athlete, and their last season is no more than 2 sentences. And I want to see if it was a 2-sentence or if I wanted to see if it was really, a storybook.
So this was a project just built around beefing up his Wikipedia page then.
Beefing up the wiki. Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Nice. Well, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a really good insight. You don't get to see like training in everyday life that close up with a lot of athletes, and it was really, especially in our sport where there isn't as much visibility for it. So
Right.
It was cool to be able to see that, and definitely highly recommend that. But what are your next projects that are coming up?
My next projects, I'm like still in a pre-production phase. Like obviously this is selling. If you guys want to go on Amazon or Vimeo on demand, it's right there. For those that are interested, check it out. I got a promo code for Vimeo on demand that will be in the YouTube link if you guys want it.
Oh man, don't throw that out there. Come on, make them pay full price. What are you doing?
But I'm just going through pre-production through a bunch of things as this is selling. There's one idea that I've been going back to, which is about doing a short documentary on Steve Prefontaine in the Oregon State Penitentiary, because he started or helped start the running club that still goes on there today with the inmates, and like
still today.
And you think about like how rare is it for an athlete to start something that has lasted beyond his years is truly remarkable.
It's something that impactful too.
Yeah, I mean, think about like there's always news talking about how like talking about like prison and rehabilitation and
Yeah.
To like give it back in that matter to people that people kind of toss to the wayside.
Absolutely. Well, that was something that always stuck out to me reading about was that he would go out of his way to do things like that, and that in particular was like a big story. But I'd really look forward to seeing something like that, and I hope we get to see it soon.
Yeah, I think probably within the next year, but there are some other projects that
Right on.
I'm trying to plan and kind of throw darts at the board and see which one will hit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be watching them when you throw them out there. So
Definitely.
And everybody here should too. But yeah, thanks so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we've got Year of the Bison. Year of the Bison's on Amazon and Vimeo right now. It's 67 minutes of burly 800-meter fun. So check that out. $9.99. Promo codes too. We'll get those to you. All right. Well, Nick Simmons was a small-town boy, and he ran for the Brooks Beast for a little bit. So speaking of small-town boys, I'm really excited about our next guest, actually. And he's a small-town kid from Eastern Oregon, one of the newest members of the Brooks Beast, based up in Seattle. He became the fastest D2 1,500-meter runner of all time while running for Western Oregon, and some say he bears a striking resemblance to Kevin Bacon. A sturdy son of Enterprise, Oregon. Please give a warm welcome to David Ribich, everybody.
Where did you find? That's legit. That Kevin Bacon thing's legit.
Yeah, you've been told that often?
Yeah,
Kevin
when I was
Bacon?
younger, when I had the more the flow type hair,
Yeah.
and then I had my mom stop giving me haircuts, and then I no longer look like Kevin Bacon. But
I think
yeah,
you still look like Kevin Bacon.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah, he's a good
This is
looking
about
man.
4 weeks, so I don't
Oh,
know how
really?
Kevin Bacon could grow a goatee, but
Is that going to keep going?
hopefully. I see my girlfriend tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You'll
probably.
be the judge of
I mean,
that,
this is
huh?
also 4 weeks, so it all grows in nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know I've said this before, but I gave my girlfriend an ultimatum, and I said, do you want me to not have a mustache, or do you want me to be happy?
All right.
Yeah, and she chose my happiness.
What was
bless her
the-
heart.
what was the
yeah,
quote?
well, write that
Oh,
down.
these are your notes.
No, go ahead. You
no,
can color as much as you want, too. It's fine. Yeah, actually, I saw on Instagram today that you had a time trial in Decay.
Yeah, no, we did. It was super cool. It was up in Seattle. We meant to do it on Wednesday, so yesterday, but due to the smoke and everything, we were at like 194 yesterday for the air quality index.
Oh, man.
And so we pushed it back another day. And so like we pre-meted on Tuesday and then pushed it back. We pre-meted on Wednesday, and this is just treadmill stuff. So Thursday we wake up, and I was waiting for the text from Danny to be like, all right, boys, we're not going to do it. And then he's like, let's go, let's do it. And I look at the index, it's like, yeah, we could do it. And so we went to a high school and just burnt out a time trial 1K. And it was super cool just to get on the track and kind of be at a little bit more of a comfortable distance. And so, yeah.
So you ran that with Drew Windle, right?
Yeah, so originally the plan was me and Drew were going to run it, and then Isaac Yorks, the most recent NACAC champion, and Henry Wynn were going to pace it. And then like maybe 2 minutes before we started the 1K, Danny's like, all right, Drew and David, this is for you guys. Henry and Isaac, I want you guys to pace it and then finish it. And then they're like, what? And so we just immediately, the shift turned from like just Drew and I to kind of like more of like a full team flow kind of going through. And it was super cool because we went through in like 59.60, just a train of us, and then we ended up running 223, 224 off of it. And so it just felt really good to just gear up and just closing it, because last week we did a 600 and it was like 123, 124. And that was what our last 600 was today. And so it's just like looking forward to the next race. It's just, it feels so good to be able to do that now, when in January I ran like 221. And so, yeah, it was just incredible. I like jokingly with Drew, because me and him are pretty good friends. I was like, we were just laughing and everything. And I tried to like be motivational right before the start. And I look at him and I say like, transcend. You know, because like, I feel like that's just a good word to say like before work. I like transcend.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sitting on a cloud right now.
Right? I said transcend, and he just looks at me and then just laughs. And I was like, all right, well, let's get this 1K over with. And
you work on your delivery a
Yeah, I
little
think
bit.
so. Yeah, it wasn't the
Well,
best.
that's good that you made him laugh at least.
Yeah, I think he laughs at me more than anything else. So hopefully it's with me. So
That's a
yeah,
good teammate, though.
yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
like Yorks and Kidder, or Yorks and
Henry,
Wynn.
yeah.
They got the raw end of the deal there.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna pace and then you're gonna finish.
Yeah, it was kind of like Henry's like, oh man, and then Isaac's like, okay, and then you could definitely tell that they were a little surprised by it. But I mean, Isaac still ran like 223.7 out of it, and so he paced us through 800s, went into 2. Me and Drew went by, and then he came back and he closed on me. So yeah, it was a really good workout today. Just
Very
exciting.
cordial of him to move out.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it a little bit. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, yeah, you're from Oregon.
Yeah.
So you're from Enterprise, Oregon, right? And where's
Yeah.
that?
So
Yeah, let's draw a map. Go ahead. You want a different time? Does that work?
no, this is perfect. I'll use a Sharpie, make it a little light.
Oh yeah, you can use that to sign some cans too.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this is Oregon. It's not Wyoming. If you have Portland, and then Enterprise like up in the northeast corner. So it's like if you know where La Grande is, it's an hour east of La Grande. And so like from our backyard, you can see the Eagle Cap Wilderness in Oregon, and then right beyond Hell's Canyon, you can just barely see the Seven Devils. And so it's like 50 miles from Idaho, but due to roads, like you can't actually go through Hell's Canyon. You have to go around. So yeah, we're just northeast corner, 2,000 people, no stoplights, 70 miles to the closest Walmart. So it's like,
Man,
it's perfect.
did you go out to that Walmart? Often?
Yeah, every weekend. You know,
Oh.
it's just like you talk with your friends and you're like, what do you want to do this weekend? Like, you want to go to Walmart? And we're like,
Loaded up the Astro
yeah,
van and headed out
yeah, all piled into the mom's car and just drove up there. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So yeah, what was life like out in Enterprise?
The dating scene was rough, for sure.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't. Yeah, no, I was the friend zone guy. You know, I was like
Oh, so it didn't have anything to do with the amount of people there.
No, it just had to do with me. It was me. I mean, the dating scene was rough for me. Everyone else seemed to be getting along great, but yeah, it was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, this got a lot more personal than I wanted it to.
Yeah, we didn't bring a Kleenex box here.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah, it was rough, but yeah, it was just like I went to kindergarten with 24 of like my 35 graduating class, and so 24 of us were in school together for 12 years, and so towards the end, it's like you just build like this incredible bond, and it's really incredible because I still keep in touch with a lot of them, and I'm going back to Enterprise for 3 weeks in September actually, just for my break, and it's just gonna be so nice to kind of dial back and be back in the community and thank them for all the support that they give me still.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man. And from there, you went on to Western Oregon.
Yep.
So what was that transition like?
It was interesting. I didn't know Western Oregon was a liberal arts school until I got there. And so being from a small, rural Eastern Oregon town, the mindset of like
But that's a blue area out there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still don't get the whole blue-red thing.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's like political color blindness, so I can never figure out which one's which color.
It
so.
looks like a Verizon coverage map to me when it's
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it was like a difficult transition in terms of just like seeing things for the first time. And it was like, I'm so thankful because I roomed, like in my dorm hall. One of the guys on the team, Parker, was from San Francisco. So me and him had completely contrasting views growing up. But then like freshman year we like butt heads a bunch, and now it's like I consider him one of my great friends, like just because we went through this time of like he needed to adjust to me, I adjusted to him, and it was just like we just built like, he's like, you've never seen this before? I'm like, no, I've never seen that before. And he's like, oh dude, this happened all the time in high school. I'm like,
Yeah, but what was it?
I don't know. You said family show earlier, so it's like, I don't
Oh, right,
know.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
keep you censored.
We'll watch it later.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, like, from what I've heard and what I've seen, you had a pretty tight-knit team at Western Oregon.
Yeah. Our men's team and women's team are incredibly tight. Like, I think we have 9 relationships on the team, which is crazy. But it's like my relationship with my girlfriend now, I think at the time was the youngest one of like a year and a half. And so most of those relationships are successful still, and they're still dating. But everyone is together. Like when, like in my apartment complex, we had my house, then we had across the sidewalk was the women's house, then across the road was another track house, and then another corner of the road was another track house. So it's like we were all so intertwined, which is good and bad at times. But you know, when you're surrounded by people that like lift you up and encourage you all the time, it's hard not to succeed because you just have this rooted support system. Mm-hmm.
So how did it? I mean, you came in as a big time athlete coming from Enterprise.
Yeah.
But on the national scene, you weren't there yet.
Yeah, no, that was definitely an adjustment as well, because when I came out of high school, the mindset out of the county was David is this incredible runner. He's going to be this. He's going to be this. Like, he's going to fulfill all his dreams. And I was so naive in the sport of track and field that I didn't understand what it actually took. And I think that was one of the many reasons for the successes that I've had, is just because when I came out of high school, like, I didn't know what flow track was. I never ran NXN, never ran Foot Locker, never ran indoor track. So it's like I ran my first indoor mile, or first indoor mile in college, but I ran my first outdoor mile in Europe this summer in a professional kit. And it's like, because we ran 1500s in high school.
Yeah.
So I ran my first outdoor mile and immediately just bank off the turn right into it. And I was like, I'm in dead last. Like, and so just the naiveness I had for the sport and what it took was just shocking and eye-opening, that when I got to college, I was like, if I want to succeed and if I want to become more, I'm going to need to be able to just step up and be a part of this team. Because I came from a team of, it was like me and maybe 5 or 6 other people that were kind of more like, they put passion into the sport, but beyond high school, it was pretty much it. And so when I got to college, it's like everyone pretty much has the same background story of, I was one of the best runners on my team, here I am today, and you just have to be like, you have to accept that and be able to work with them and lift each other up, because at the end of the day, you want your team to succeed. And so
individual success for you meant that you had to be an integral part of that team.
Yeah, like I came in as a freshman, like I looked at the qualifying list and they're like, yeah, you got to run like 3:48, 3:49 for 1500, and I was like, what? Like that doesn't make, like I ran 4:10 my senior year of high school. Yeah, I was like, I got to carry the 1, divide by almost 7, and it was like I had to run 22 seconds faster to qualify for nationals as a freshman. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because like when I look back, I thought it was kind of like not big stuff, but I was like, yeah, you know, I'm David Ribich from Enterprise High School. And then I got there and I was like, refocus. Like I gotta be a no guy and just put my nose to the ground, grinding stone, and just work and hopefully just get better and better. And ultimately, like my freshman year was really, really successful. That kind of put it towards the future. So.
Well, it definitely worked.
Yeah, it definally worked. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the logo on your shirt now. So.
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that process like?
It was really interesting. It was incredible as well. So he was talking about like the transparency of being able to follow Nick Simmons last year.
Yeah, joining the Beast.
Exactly. And so I kind of did something this past year, and I journaled documenting my entire senior year. And so I started my journal the night before the USA prelims last year, 2017, and I ended it the day I signed a contract with Brooks. And so it pretty much has my full year campaign of it. It has like workouts, my motivation, my races. And it's like when I started, I had no idea what I'd accomplished my senior year, or even if I was going to like be picked up by a team, but I wanted to just go through this process and take care of each and every single day, because I figured if I could do that, then the end result would happen. And so it's like I'm editing my journal now, and I look back in December when I'm talking about Brooks, or when I was at USA's last year talking about Brooks. And so I got a text from Danny Mackey from Brooks Beast.
Yeah.
He texted me in December, or late November after the cross country championship. And he's just like, hey, if you're ever up in Seattle, let me know, and we'll just get a tour of the headquarters, and you can kind of see what we have going on up here. And we tried to work out some dates, and it ended up working out. I went up December 23rd, so right before Christmas. So everyone was gone. It was an empty facility, and it was the day after I returned from visiting my sister in France. So it's like I flew into Seattle, next day went to Brooks, and my girlfriend and I's luggage got lost, so I was in the same pair of clothes. And thankfully, the family that I stayed with, they had some Brooks stuff, so I just popped on the Brooks stuff because I didn't want to look like a Joe Schmo walking in with other companies' brands on. So
Hey, big fan.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, you like this shirt? No, so I just toured the headquarters, and it's funny because when I toured Western, all the doors were locked for the campus. Like it was during, I think, Thanksgiving break. It was right after towards Thanksgiving break. All the buildings were locked. I didn't get into any like academic rooms. Only got into the rec center. Barely got into like the gymnasium. And then I went to headquarters, and everyone was gone. It was a quiet place, but like it was just me and Mackie talking. And then I met some of the athletes on the team, and immediately I was like, if this is my only offer, it's a done deal. This is perfect. And if I get other offers, this is now the comparison. Like this is the team that I want to be able to compare other teams to and say, this is what I value. And so it was stressful because I wanted to make the right decision. Like I waited till the last day to sign my Brooks contract because I wanted to close every single conversation with other coaches and other teams and companies before making an ultimate decision, because I just wanted to really make sure I hit everything. And so yeah, it was a stressful process, but my girlfriend even said, she said, David, this is what you wanted. Like, you can't be looking at me complaining about how stressed you are about it when a year ago you're like, if I came down to a decision between A and B, it'd be ideal. I know exactly what I do. And she's like, and here you are sitting complaining about it. So
well, you got to complain about it.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, it was pros and cons of it all, but it's like, thankfully I journaled it and I can look back and read about how all that was made. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
And after your high school days where nobody was talking to you, you finally got courted by somebody too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we jokingly say, she's like, I don't think I would have liked you in high school. And yeah, but she would have. Like she would have. Maybe like a younger brother that would have that'd be weird.
Oh yeah, don't say that.
I mean, it is Enterprise. It's a small rural town, so no, but that doesn't happen. I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah, a friend's younger brother.
Friend's younger brother's second cousin removed, maybe. So, but it's like even last night I was on her Facebook and I found a photo of her in high school and I sent it to her, and I was even like, you would totally like me in high school, just because of how like nerdy and stuff she looked in the photo. And she's like, I'm gonna,
oh, man.
yeah, she's
Maybe
like, I'm gonna
that's not the
delete this
best
now. Yeah, but
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna take a drink real fast.
Yeah, you got some smooth moves there, Dave.
Yeah, definitely didn't pick her up with my my pickup lines. So
Nice.
yeah.
So this summer was your first time in Europe, and I've actually never been to Europe. I'd like to go. I was a European history major in college. And,
Nice.
Never been to Europe.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your minor?
Was my minor?
Yeah.
Architecture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just didn't know. Okay.
So I'm not doing that. either.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm up here with you. This is
All
great.
right. Well, I appreciate the compromise. So.
Yeah. It could be out designing a building somewhere, but
Yeah.
Well, this
You heard of the statue of David, though, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
that David Ribich?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, no.
All right.
No. Probably more clothes if it was me, but yeah.
Just some tiny shorts.
Yeah, tiny short shorts preferably, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So what did you think going out to Europe? How is European racing different from racing?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like my training leading up to doing a European circuit was pretty crazy because at the USA Championships in Iowa, I went down in the prelims and got tripped up and got 7 stitches. And so we didn't even know if I was going to run the final. I got advanced into the final through petition, and even the day of, I did a warm-up run and I was bleeding through my stitches, and I was just like I feel good. Everything feels so good. Like my skin just feels tight around my hamstring. I was like, not a lot of people get petitioned into a national final, and I know a lot of people are rooting for me, and I just want to be able to go out there and not have a what-if factor. Mm-hmm. And so we ran it, and then pretty much from USA's till I left to Europe, I did 1 track workout. And the rest of the time was just like hill repeats and tempos because my coach didn't want me to spike up, because at the time I was still getting coached by Mike Johnson at Western. And he said, I don't want you to spike up, get it too riled up. Like, just take it easy for about a week or so, and then we'll reassess. And so my campaign leading into Europe, I was definitely, I kind of lacked some confidence going into it. Like, I haven't done my speed work, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And
but you're going to go to Europe.
Yeah, but I was just like, it was so hard to look at it like a casual trip, because I was just like, this is a business trip. Like, I'm going to Europe. Like, putting my like racing shades on in the mirror before I get on the plane. Like, I was like, I need to just feel like this is like a business trip. And I remember getting to I got into Belgium, and I had a few days there, and like I roomed with like Josh Kerr, a new Brooks beast as well, and we did some workouts. And then when I went to Barcelona, I was like, this is all track. Like, this is a track trip. And the first race was terrible. Like, I mean, terrible in the mindset of what I thought I was going to do on my first race. I thought I would run a little bit better. I ended up running 3:43, which still is a good time, and I'm thankful for that, because it put like the rest of the trip into perspective. Because I was like, why am I stressing out about this? I was like, I need to put it into perspective and go. And so I remember
you're in Europe.
I'm in Europe, yeah. And like that switch hit when I was doing a workout with Sam Prakel, Hassan Mead, and then Craig Angles was on the track as well. And we were just out there. We got an Uber back. It was like buku bucks, but we were doing a workout. The track lights go off, and when we were out there, Sam Prakel was like, "Look at this! Like, we got the skyline, like just the night sky of Barcelona. We got the church up on the hill, and in the background, we had Beyonce and Jay-Z performing live across the street. Like, no joke.
Like for the workout?
I mean, maybe for us, maybe, yeah. We cut them a small deal for like race or like musical appearance, but yeah, they were like at the Coliseum right next to the track. And so we were just like, once he said that, I just like took a deep breath, and I could hear Beyonce and Jay-Z, and I was looking at Barcelona, and I was like, what? Like, why am I freaking out? Like,
in Europe.
I'm in Europe. Yeah. I'm like, I'm in Europe. So like after that, go back to Belgium, do my laundry, pack my bag. I'm like, I'm going to Ireland. Go to Ireland, and I open my bag, and I'm like, I packed the same things for Barcelona, and I have 2 short sleeves and a t-shirt, and that's it.
Different weather.
Yeah, it was 2 short sleeves, a pair of shorts, 1 pair of tights, and my race kit. And they were in a drought in Ireland, so I was like, not a big deal. Like, I'll just wear my shirts. And then all of a sudden, they get rain for 3 days straight. And so I had no rain. I didn't even have I have 1 long sleeve. I lied. 1 long sleeve, but it was cotton. I think that's what it was. So it like absorbed everything. And so.
Well, at least the sidewalks smell nice there.
Yeah, it did smell nice. It was just like, they called it like the Emerald Isle, but like when I got there, it was just like brown and desolate. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with the short sleeve weather. And then it rained. So yeah, but then Europe racing over there was awesome. Like, I ran 3:59 in Cork, Ireland, and then, which was my first outdoor mile. It was like 3:59.98. And so, like, if I would have been 0.03, I would probably have been a little bit more upset. But I was like, first outdoor mile, first sub-4 outdoor mile, gonna just brush it off, go into the next Morton Games, and like last race, like try to kill it. And then the last race at Morton Games was the best feeling race of them all. I was just like, that's when like my shoulders were lifted, and I was like, this is just fun. Like, I'm out here in Ireland racing. I'm in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm in Europe. I'm putting my European history and architect degree into work.
Well,
and
that's a young Jeff Merrill. There.
Yeah, and so.
Never happened.
Yeah, I'm a communication major, and sports leadership minor. I'm not trying to plug in my accolades or academics,
but
you're
a very good communicator.
I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of time just talking to myself. So when, like, after the race in Dublin, it's so crazy because like the atmosphere at those meets is like, it's such a casual meet. Like, there'll be children running across like lane 8 and then under the fence, and then there'll be like high school kids gossiping in the corner. And I felt like I was like a football game, or like a high school football game where it's like a community event. Like, there's beer gardens right next to the track. And like, I was in Houston when Shelby set the American record, and I got a beer for €1, and then I got a bottle of water for €1. And I'm like, this is equal.
Yeah, well, which one did you enjoy more?
I mean, I mixed them. I didn't want to like compare.
Oh, really?
No, that'd be disgusting. But yeah, but it's like, just the atmosphere was just like, everyone was there because they were fans of it, and it didn't feel as like pressured or like tight knit. It was just like, welcome to. I don't know what they said. They were speaking a different language, but I assume they said like, this is going to be a rad night. Thanks for showing up. Yada yada yada. Beer's $1, so is water. Choose. Beer's probably better, and so.
But
like,
we could replay what they actually said now.
That probably just said like,
yeah,
like quiet please at the start or something, something typical. But like in Dublin, I ran Morton Games, and then I went up into the clubhouse, and this is so cool because if I was almost said if you've ever been to Dublin, but you said you haven't, so
Yeah, no,
I'll segue.
thanks. Yeah.
So at like the 200-meter start, right behind the curve is this big house, or like big building. The bottom level is like a cafeteria. The top level is this Irish pub. And so it's got like racing, like a Will Lear signed kit because he set the Morton Games mile record there.
yeah.
They've got trophies from the past years, like decades, just lining the walls. And it was like this track pub house. And so you're in there and you just see old spikes, old singlets, old pictures, newspaper articles, and they pour you this thick Guinness. Like I didn't buy a single Guinness when I was in Ireland because these Irish men were just like, oh, you're American? Like here you go on us. I'm like, whoo. Like I honestly think, so I went in with Henry Wynn and Lopez Lamong, and I think they thought I was Sam Prakel because Sam Prakel won Morton Mile. And I walk in with Lopez, who got second, and Henry, who got third, and they're like, oh, you guys are the Americans. Here, these will be on us. And I'm like, I'll take this. Yep, I will act like I was top three.
I thought you were Kevin Bacon too.
Maybe, yeah. And he's a singer, right? Yeah, okay. He's
big in Ireland.
big in Ireland, yeah. But it was just like when I experienced just the off the track and the on the track just atmosphere, it put a lot of things into perspective of what it means to be like a professional athlete, because there's a lot of things that go on in the sport that aren't between the lines of the lane. It's like you got to be able to do these community type things. And like I remember I was doing a pre-meet and these kids from Ireland, they were from Dublin, and they were doing like some rec thing, and I was about to do a start. Like I was zoned in, like my eyes were closed, I was visualizing the start, and right before I was about to start off the mile, this like little Irish girl yells at me. She's like, I don't want to do an Irish accent right now. Yeah, I don't want to kill it. Yeah. She just said like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh my God. Like I was in my zone. Like if I race bad now, it wasn't because of her. But I look over and I just said United States, and they're like, you from the United States? And all the kids just like flock the fence. And they're like, say hand, say high five. I'm like, I was saying them, and they're just laughing. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
So
but
they love our accents as much as we love their accents?
I guess, yeah. And
That's cool.
like I like got my phone out and I was like videoing. I don't know if that's legal or not, but I did. And I videoed them high-fiving and everything, and they were super excited. And it was just super cool to see because, like, to me, I was just doing another race in Ireland, but to them, they were seeing an American runner run in Irish soil.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really cool perspective because I just got to appreciate just where I was and what I was doing.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And we're taking notes for the Portland Track Festival too. So.
Very cool, yeah. Beer garden.
Yeah,
For €1, you have to do euros. It'll freak people out, but it'll work. Yeah. That's a Portland thing, I bet. I bet Portland could pull off paying with euros over any other place.
Your cash is no good here. Go to the.
We have a currency exchange over here.
Yeah, currency exchange. Yeah, we need more tracks in the U.S. that are off of college campuses, I think. So
Yeah,
we do
agreed.
that kind of thing.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Or high schools. It'd probably be worse if it was at a high school.
True. Yeah, just out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done with school now.
Yeah. We're graduated.
Yeah.
You graduated?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have a few more credits and I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, but before you go, we actually wanted to walk through your journey to stardom with you in a little photo album that we created.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This thing it's called Ribich Remembers.
Wow. That's going to be my name of my journal then.
Yeah, this thing is temperamental. Oh yeah, here you are. So it looks like this is you waking up from a nap in history class at Enterprise High School, I think.
Yeah.
Just the early days when you couldn't get a date, huh?
I feel like I could get a date if I looked like that in high school.
Well, you did. This is you. Oh yeah. Oh, there you are. I think you said you raised pigs or something.
Yeah, I did.
That?
Yeah. I was in 4-H.
Out
Yeah.
on the pig
Yeah.
farm?
That's my neighbor's farm right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wait, what is? Yeah.
Fine piece of equipment over there in the corner. I don't know what that's
Looks
called,
like,
but he's leaning on it, or you're leaning on it.
Looks like we're still in the library though.
Well, yeah, this is like, it's like a scrapbook.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the whole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what's this? Oh,
prom.
Yeah. Yeah. You did get a prom date.
Yeah, she didn't like the bow tie.
Oh, they never do.
No,
It's great.
They say those are the weird ones. So.
Yeah, good old prom. What do we have here? Oh, yeah,
Marissa.
I think this is you with like Kyra Sedgwick
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. And you, Dungeons and Dragons sweatshirt.
Yeah, I had to make mention of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you had longer hair before.
Yeah, I did. I had some long hair.
Yeah, and then we've got after a tough workout with the Wolves. Yeah.
It's a good look.
I don't know.
That was my
if you saw-
one T-shirt I got for my freshman year. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
actually.
there you go. Yeah, for those who can't see it, get your wolf on. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I did over 1,000 quarters out there. Oh, and then here, what's this? Oh, and finally, the newest member of the Brooks Beast.
Wow, walk down memory lane.
Yeah, David Ribbish.
Got a haircut.
Yeah, we'll get you a copy of that scrapbook.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. And before you go, we also have a game that we'd like to play with you.
It's not
So,
like knowing Kevin Bacon songs, is it? Because
I don't know. Andy made it. I
Okay.
don't know what the game's going to be. It's but yeah, come on up, Andy. We've got to play this game here. Oh boy.
Okay. Well, David, because we know you mentioned, we send out a questionnaire to our special guest that he answers, and David was kind enough to go into great detail and length in a lot of the questions, and he made the mistake of telling us he's a big Dungeons and Dragons player, which is, it's a fun game from what I hear.
I don't know anything about that.
me either.
It's cool.
Maybe that's why you didn't get dates.
But
Oh my god.
we're playing this. We're gonna play a game called Dungeons or Dragons. Now, what you see before you, you have 5 cups. We have 5 questions we're gonna ask you about Dungeons or Dragons. There is 1 shot of gin in here and 4 shots of water. So if you get the question right, Jeff will drink whatever cup you give him.
Oh, okay. I see how this works. So nobody else is gonna drink, huh?
No, this is a game for the people.
Well, that's fine. I came thirsty.
Okay, cool.
What if I get it wrong?
If you get it wrong, he has a more likely chance of getting water, which, do we really want that? Okay. All right.
Nervous laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeff, we're also going to make this more interesting. You have to wear
So
a
is there a way that I win in this game? Or is this?
Yeah, you get 4 shots of water.
You're also not the one playing Dungeons and Dragons, so you're winning.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, I'll just be over here. Just let me know. Let me know what I need to do. I'll be over here.
We'll shuffle up the water here.
Somebody catch me if I tip over backwards.
All right. David, your first question. In the 1984 movie classic, The Never-Ending Story, there is a flying dragon, commonly mistaken as a flying dog. This dragon is better known as the Luck Dragon. What is the name of said dragon? Now, it's multiple choice, so it'll be 3 answers. 3 potential answers. Rushi, Falcor, or Zorin.
Can I chime in at any point in this?
Shh, Jeff.
All right.
Is this like an ask the audience thing, or is this like all
Oh,
me?
this is all you.
No,
buddy.
it's just you, David.
No, Never-Ending Story. That's barely in my bracket.
Oh, man.
So I know this is probably.
I don't even think I was a thought in my parents in 1984.
Yeah. What year were you born?
95.
Oh.
Let's go A.
A. Rushi. Do we know the answer? Falcor. The answer is indeed Falcor.
Oh, looks like
No.
Jeff wins. We can all go home now.
Jeff's got one freebie in the bank. All right. Question number 2. Beneath Tokat Castle in northern Turkey is a labyrinth of tunnels containing a dungeon that used to house Vlad the Impaler, a man better known for inspiring what legendary vampire? Count Chocula. Edward Cullen, or Count Dracula?
Time's ticking.
I'm gonna go C.
C would be correct, Count Dracula.
Oh,
Nice
there we
shot.
go. Yeah.
All right, Jeffrey.
So where is it? Let me grab my hand. Oh yeah, that's a familiar feeling. It's just water. It's just water that time.
Just
water.
Just water. He's okay. He's okay. All right.
What do I do with this now?
You can put it.
I don't know where the ground is right now. I feel like I'm floating.
What was it? Transcending?
Yeah. Transcend.
Transcend.
All right,
Question number
nice.
3. Blank the Magic Dragon Often misinterpreted as a ballad about smoking marijuana, this fun children's song is actually about what famous dragon?
Snowboarders.
A, not snowboarders. Toucan Sam. B, Puff. Or C, Count Chocula.
Hey, come on.
This is just as difficult as the first question.
Right, it's-
Oh, boy.
I'm going to go with B, Puff.
Final answer?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, my odds are.
That is
looking
correct. It
good.
is Puff the Magic Dragon. Nice job.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you can't see.
All right, this is it. Should I plug my nose?
Yep, plug your nose.
It's just water. Just water
All
again.
right. All right.
Just water.
It's water. Okay. All right, question number
water.
4.
Got my mustache.
The Chinese zodiac is made up of 12 animals representing various birth years. Which year represents the year of the dragon?
Oh.
A, 2000. B, the 11th.
Wait, I thought this,
Or C, Count Chocula.
I thought this was going to be a hard one.
You know, I knew this before the other ones popped up, you know, because like the whole alien invasion, like the big cockroaches in 2000, right? Wasn't that like the millennial bug? Wasn't that
I've
a
seen
thing?
that movie, yeah.
Yeah, so they made a reference to that about a dragon in the year of 2000 or 12 animals.
Guys in black
Cockroaches.
suits and glasses.
Yeah, one of them was Bill Smith, and so I think
Smith.
it's going to be A, 2000.
A, 2000. That would be correct. That would be the year of the dragon.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to suggest maybe. Oh, no.
Where is it? Is it over here?
Question.
This one feels a little light. Oh, that's gin. Oh, tastes like college. Oh, God.
All right, Jeff, because we all now know it's water that you're getting, we're going to ride this out.
Oh, it's game over now?
No, we're riding out 5th question because we wrote 5 questions.
Is there more out there?
We only have water. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't trust you.
It's all right.
Oh,
Question number 5, just for fun.
I thought we were a team.
Airing for 3 seasons from 1983 to 1985, this CBS show follows the adventures of 6 friends who are transported into a fantasy realm and have to try and find their way home with the help of their guide, Dungeon Master.
2.5 Men.
What is the name of the show? Is it A, RoboCop, B, Dungeons and Dragons, or C, Count Chocula?
I'm going to go with B, Dungeons and Dragons.
B, Dungeons and Dragons? That is absolutely correct, Jeff.
Well, I shouldn't
Yeah.
have anything to worry about, right? Because I'm just getting water right now. Is that right?
We only have 2 cups. It's really just kind of wrap up the show.
This one feels heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's gin! Oh, come on, Andy!
He genuinely did not know that was coming.
Oh! I didn't know that was... Come on, man! We're not going to do the 5th one. That's it.
That's it. 5 questions. You can
That's
take
it. That's it. Is that was 5?
Yep, you're good. That's
All right,
it.
good.
There we go.
Oh, it's so bright now. All right. Cool. Oh, you guys are still here? Well, thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Downstream Media for hosting us, to Portland Track for helping us with another episode. David Ribich, thank you for showing up. RJ McNichols, thank you again for coming on out. Thank you everyone who came. This is Tracklandia. Thank you again.
All right, thanks for coming out.
I thought you said on the 4th correct.